Hello and welcome, this is Raostars Productions, and today we have the second part of our first modern house build. So, on this episode, we will be getting the rest of our windows done, and a bit of the interior as well. We'll be making the spiral staircase, and we will be adding the floors, and we'll do a little bit of roofing as well. I'm going to kind of go over the same things that I did in the first video, and if you have not seen that, I would highly recommend it because you probably don't know what we've done, and everything that I'm going over is already stated in that video, and it's more thorough, but I still want to go over it in this second video because of I basically just want to get more people to know about all of the things that I'm going to talk about, like our server and the rest of our videos. Like we have a few redstone related videos. So that's just the reason why I'm restating what I've already talked about in episode 1. So yeah, anyway. So go ahead, if you haven't seen the first video, go ahead and click the annotation above, and that will take you to the first episode of our modern house build. So the first thing I would like to talk about is our redstone videos. If you don't know what they are, it's Redstone for Dummies, and we kind of copied that off of the books. It's like video games for dummies, or I'm just making up random ideas there. There's tons of those books, so we figured we would make videos about redstone for those of you who don't know how to use it or don't have time to figure out how to use it. We can show you little things that you can make to improve your redstone. And the first one that we have out is quite simple, yet it's very compact in my opinion compared to other ones that I've seen, which is a fully automatic dispenser. Now you would think, oh, you just use, a flickering. I don't know. I'm not a big redstone person, but it's much more compact than what I've done in the past. So it's about a 3x3x3, if I'm not mistaken, and it goes a little bit into the ground. Super easy to build, very little redstone. I mean, there's like 4 redstone torches and one just little piece of redstone in that build, and a dispenser, of course, some blocks, and I use tools as well. But anyway, if you want to see that, go ahead and go to our channel, or go ahead and I think it might come up with Redstone for Dummies, or with just Raostars Productions if you type that into your search bar. Anyway, moving on to our server. I've already talked about this one in the first video. So if you've seen that already, just go ahead and bear with me while I talk about something that you've already heard. I'm going to be keeping updates on our server in all of our Minecraft videos. For those of you who want to know, no, it is not out yet, but I still want to update you on what's going to be in the server and what's when it's going to come out, when it's potentially going to come out, and how it's going to work and what it's going to be. So right now, what we currently have on it is a small Hunger Games that holds about 10 to 12 people, a PvP arena that holds about 30 to 40 people, I would say. Haven't exactly tested that yet, but that's about my estimate. And I want to get more people than 50, 60 people, maybe 70. that's my goal right there is about 70 people. So if we can get that for when it first comes out, perfect. And we have parkour as well. So right now it's kind of strictly a PvP server, but you know, that's for now. We have parkour as well and little Easter eggs here and there. So it's been pretty fun to make, and I'm sure it'll be fun to play on as well, because it's got a little bit of everything. You know, it's not just strictly a Hunger Games server. It's not strictly a PvP server. Well, kind of is right now, but you know, it's a mixture of everything, which is kind of what we are. I mean, we do Halo, we do creations, and right now we're in the video games. So, yeah. Let's see. And I think we can move on from there. Don't need to talk more about the server, but yeah, we're moving along quickly here. The next thing. Oh yes, I've already stated this once again in my other video. For those of you who are like, hey, why is he doing his build in the jungle biome? Why didn't he just do it in the desert where it's easier to clear out? Well, for those of you who are thinking that, and I just felt like doing that voice, so if you're wondering, it's mostly because I have my little Minecraft pet peeve, if you don't know from the other video, is I have to have scenery just about around everything I build, whether it be smaller buildings, plants, a yard is what I normally think of scenery. You know, I can't just have desert around my house. It looks horrible in my opinion. So it's, and you know, I think it would be fine watching me or someone do, you know, put a yard, but in my case, not necessarily. I've had videos that go on forever of me just putting plants and, you know, stone around my house because it just takes forever. It's meticulous watching the videos of myself. I can't even do it. So I figure I'm not even gonna let you watch me placing plants around my house, because it's like, it's just meticulous whatsoever. So I figure I'd just not do that and bring it into a jungle biome where I don't need scenery because there's already scenery around it, and just clear out land. So instead of the yard, I'm taking the jungle biome. So it's just a trade-off between lots of time and easy land to build on. So it wasn't that hard to clear out anyway. You know, if it's a gigantic house, I can see doing it in the desert and just cutting the video, but I still don't want to spend a ton of time on a giant yard to go with a giant house. So anyway, that just kind of tells you about crazy old me and my pet peeve. So, by the way, if you don't know what this is, you'll probably see eventually. This is a spiral staircase going up to the second floor. And I find this to be more modern than any, you know, staircase that's like straight up or anything. So I figured I'd do the spiral instead of a giant staircase. Plus, it takes less space for this tiny house, although it is interesting to find where everything lines up. So, yeah. That's what I'm doing here, and this takes up a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. I think the third try here I get it all right. And if you're wondering why I'm doing it in the normal wood, I felt, I wanted to branch out a little bit. Plus, I want the the fence. There we go. To look good with the planks and wood, so it's not like all light, and then you have the darker wood. And then the jungle wood floors I did because of first off, I'm in the jungle biome, and second off, I put the jungle wood on the outside of the house, so I figured I'd just carry it inside as well, and just keep the flow throughout the house. So, yeah, I think I'm doing a pretty good job here, but I need more light eventually here. For now, it's fine. Probably add more later. It looks so bare without any furnishings or anything. And I'll probably just do those off camera because I'm not gonna do a ton anyway. Because I'm gonna possibly put this house on a map download so you guys can furnish the rest of it. So I don't have to do all of it. Yes, I am that lazy. Anyway, that's why I'm not going to furnish all of it when you see the third video, which is just me taking you around the finished house. Right, this looks good up here. Again, I could still use a bit more light, but whatever. I'll do the lights in the other room first because it needs a bit more. But, yeah, I'll add a little bit in here actually, because it still seems dark. And if you're wondering why I'm doing the fence lights, one is to keep with the spiral staircase. Two, I feel I need something other than gray and white, and a little bit of color at least. Putting brown. No, there'll be the bed and stuff in here, so it'll all look good. But normally I do either just the what I call the LED lights, so they're in the ceiling, but or the chandelier lights, which I use the iron bars for normally. So yeah, I need lights down in this room, and then I'm probably gonna put a skylight in the other room, but add a little bit of slabs first. Oh, and the small room, if you haven't seen the first episode, is going to be a sunroom, so that's why it's kind of tiny. And this isn't the biggest house or building that I've ever made. For me, this is tiny. This is midget compared to other things that I've built. So you'll see eventually. This is just a starter building to show you what I'll be doing for the rest of the time. It's a nice house, but I can make bigger. But anyway, guys, it's getting to the end of the video, so if you haven't seen the first episode, go ahead and watch that, and the third will be coming out soon, so if you see that, go ahead and watch it. Thank you. This was raostars Production.